What would you do if the woman you swore to cherish, the one who promised forever, was secretly living a double life? Her phone, a glowing beacon of betrayal at 2 a.m. every single night. I never thought I would be the man asking that question. The night everything broke was a Tuesday. My wife Sarah lay beside me, feigning sleep. But her phone told a different story. It wasn't a notification. It was a conversation, a secret world unfolding while I lay oblivious. I knew my life was about to unravel. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel, tell us where you're from, and what time it is right now. The humiliation hit me first, a visceral punch to the gut that left me breathless. Sarah, my Sarah, was cheating. The signs, once invisible, now screamed at me. Late nights at work, vague excuses, a sudden obsession with her appearance. A new phone she guarded like a state secret. I remembered a dinner at the Capitol Grill on McKinney Avenue. She'd excused herself for an unusually long time, her phone clutched tight. I dismissed it then, but now it was a neon sign. Her behavior grew colder, more manipulative. She'd pick fights over trivial things, creating distance, a smokescreen. One evening, I found a receipt for a boutique hotel, the Jewel downtown, tucked deep in her purse. It wasn't for a business trip. My heart hammered against my ribs. I started checking her phone records, a desperate act I never thought I'd stoop to. There were calls, dozens of them, to an unknown number, always late at night. The name Mark kept appearing in her texts. The villain of my story, Mark, was a colleague of hers, a smug, self-assured man I'd met once at a company picnic. He looked at Sarah with a possessive glint in his eyes. Now, I saw it for what it was. Predatory. They felt untouchable. I watched them, a ghost in my own home, my emotional landscape crumbling. I'd retreat to my study, staring out at the Dallas skyline. I was broken, a shell of the man I once was, but beneath the despair, a cold, hard resolve began to form. I started gathering proof, meticulously, like a detective building a case. I installed discreet cameras in the house, not to catch them in the act, but to document her comings and goings. Her secretive phone calls, her increasingly brazen lies. I hired a private investigator, a grizzled ex-cop named Frank, who operated out of a small office on Elm Street. Frank's reports were clinical, brutal. Photos of Sarah and Mark, laughing, holding hands, entering an apartment building in Uptown. Receipts for expensive dinners, weekend getaways to Miami, Florida, staying at the Settee on South Beach. Each piece of evidence was a shard of glass, piercing my heart, but also sharpening my resolve. I consulted with a divorce attorney, a sharp, no-nonsense woman named Ms. Davies, whose office overlooked Central Park. I laid out my case, the mountain of evidence, the emotional toll. She listened, then nodded. We have a strong case. We can pursue significant damages. I wasn't interested in money. Not really. I wanted justice. The traps were set. Legally, I moved to freeze joint assets, citing her reckless spending on the affair. Socially, I began to subtly plant seeds of doubt among our mutual friends, crafting a narrative of her erratic behavior. I let them see my pain, my confusion, without ever explicitly accusing her. I wanted the truth to emerge organically. The public exposure happened at a charity gala, an event Sarah had insisted we attend, oblivious to the storm I was brewing. As she mingled, I approached the stage, ostensibly to make a donation announcement. Instead, I projected a slideshow, not of our happy memories, but of Frank's photos. Sarah and Mark, intimate, undeniable. The hotel receipts, the phone records. A collective gasp rippled through the room, followed by a stunned silence. Sarah's face, once glowing, drained of all color. Mark, who was also present, tried to slink away, but too many eyes were on him. The fallout was immediate and catastrophic. The divorce proceedings were brutal, but with the irrefutable evidence, Sarah had no ground. She lost everything, her reputation, her job, her friends, her financial stability. The apartment Mark had been living in was leased under Sarah's name. Mark, cowardly as predicted, vanished, leaving her to face the consequences alone. I saw her once, months later, on a cold, rainy afternoon in Chicago, Illinois. She was walking down Michigan Avenue, her once vibrant clothes now drab, her face etched with defeat. She didn't see me and I didn't approach. There was no triumph, no joy in her ruin, only a quiet, haunting emptiness. The revenge was complete, but the scars remained. Sometimes, late at night, I still see the faint glow of a phone screen in the dark, and I remember the silence that followed.